Welcome to Decades, hosted by Chris Rubio. Decades is a show made up of 5 generations of people brought together to discuss topics you wouldn't normally talk about with others. The goal of the show is to learn by having some good, possibly heated discussions, without losing the simple fact that it's okay to talk to different people with different opinions other than your own.
All right. My name is Chris Rubio, host of Decades, also the Rubio Method that just finished. But this is Decades. This is a show where we're going to get men from their 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, and even 20s. And we're going to talk about subjects that you normally wouldn't talk about. This is a phenomenal panel. I'm telling you right now, I apologize for being out last time. Blame it on Elon. My Starlink was out. It's all fixed now and everything is great. Shout out to Sub 60 Ed taking over. Sub 60, I'm going to allow you to come on screen right now. You did a it was obviously substandard.
Did I do substandard? Did I do a little job, or did I do a small good job? Or
you were half as good as I was.
Yeah, I was half as good as you were. That's great, awesome. That's maybe someday I'll be twice as good as you. Who knows?
No,
maybe if I keep learning. But right. It's good to have you back. It's nice, I guess. I get to torment you. That's my.
I know. Right? I'm very excited about that. It's like shit's coming.
Hey, we got a surprise for our viewing audience. A special old guest come back.
Well, bring them on. Let's go. Bring them all on at once. Let's go.
All right.
So today we've got Nick Umbel from 40s, Alex on Tech Guru from 50s. We've got Craig Hannum, 50s, suicide prevention, and
a drum roll, please.
And an oldie but a goodie. Bring it up for Chalice Jr., Charles Wallace, coming back to us from 1977. He just got off tour with Foghorn. He's letting it rain. Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right. So we're going to hit the hot topic first because I want you guys to talk to me. Caitlin Clark. I can't believe we're actually talking about more WNBA, but Caitlin Clark has been left off the USA Women's Olympic roster. Is this a dumb move or a dumber move? Chalice, I'm going to start with you because I know this is a hot topic for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the dumbest move in a series of increasingly dumb moves by a very dumb league. The WNBA is a dumb league, but the Olympic Committee, they're pulling the players from the WNBA. So I'm not surprised by it, but I don't understand how you leave someone like that off, especially when I don't even remember the last time that the women's basketball team didn't win the gold. It's not like there's any competition that they might not win the gold. So the fact that you're leaving off the only woman who's going to bring the casual eyes to watch doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, if you look at it simply from a capitalist view, this is a really dumb move. Like, just take the ball from her, the metaphorical ball, and just run with it. Just run with it. I mean, some of the stats are audiences are over 1 million people watching when she's playing. When she's not playing, it's 400,000 or less. She's selling out arenas. When they were playing in Washington, they actually had to move it to where the Wizards play, and they sold out that. I mean, this is not happening. And the rest of the league is, it's because of the whole league. No, it's not. No one knows. No one else can name 7 WNBA players. Hannah, what's your thoughts on this?
Dumb move on the Olympic Committee's part. Big time. That's just dumb. That'd be like going back to the Dream Team and say, you know what? We don't really want, Michael Jordan on right now. It's too political. I think they're screwing up. They're going to lose their audience base for that sport.
Oh yeah, why would you watch it right now? I mean, when you're one of your bigger draw players is Brittany Griner, who literally just was in Russia arrested, and that's your selling point. Like that's who you want the young girls to emulate, is her, as opposed to, this white straight WNBA player who's phenomenal. Umbel, what are your thoughts? I know you were actually a big fan.
Yeah, I've cut the WNBA off. I'm over it. I'm not going to talk about it. That whole league hates her. I cannot figure out why. The stats are unbelievable. I said at the very beginning, the WNBA, this may be the first year that they ever turn a profit in 30 years. Mm-hmm. And they're going to flush it down the drain by treating that girl like shit. And what even makes me madder is that, she's a rookie. Hey man, if you listen to Pat McAfee, Pat McAfee said it the best about 3 or 4 days ago. Everyone is against that chick, and I cannot figure it out why. And they can't get her on the court, so now it's her personality, or she's not camera ready, or never mind. I'm over it.
Well, it's stupid. It's very similar. I talked about this on my episode, The Rubio Method, where it would be similar to the Tiger Woods effect. When Tiger Woods came on a golf, he was a straight black dude. Did anyone say, oh my God, no straight black dude? They were like, hell yeah, he brings way more viewers to the screen. You got this entire young black audience who never watched golf. Okay, let's be honest, it was an older white sport. And now you've got younger, black, brown. Everyone's watching because you've got this phenom Tiger. You've got the exact same thing with Caitlin Clark. And they're like, no, not yet. No, go. It's just stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Everything is backward in today's society. Yeah, I would agree with you, Bassinet. Gru, what's your thoughts?
Well, I don't really follow NBA or WNBA anymore. I used to when Shaq and Kobe were playing for Lakers, and now it's LeBron James trying to teach me how to live my life. Fuck him, okay? So I don't care.
Now we're going to add LeBron James to that. It's LeBron James, Charlie Sheen.
Don't hold back.
But the LeBron James effect is in effect. I mean, who is Charles? You'll know this more than me because you watch more sports. The Connecticut basketball coach who just turned down the Lakers offer.
Yeah.
For 6 years,
$70
$70 million. I mean, that job used to be a pinnacle of the NBA, and now they're like looking at it and saying, "Do I really want to work with LeBron? I'm probably going to have to bring his kid in and baby him, and he's a poodle and all that." I don't know. Charles Wallace, I think you're holding back a little bit on this Caitlin Clark thing. I want to know some more. I feel like because I can't be the only one that's as fired up about it. Because he's limiting himself. Because I know you have daughters that have taken him to games.
Yeah, I used to take my daughter to WME games all the time, and then let's be honest, it turned into a gay pride show. It did. Whether you feel about it or not, it is what it is. That's what it turned into. If you've ever been to a WNBA game, that's exactly what happened. And what I had to explain to my daughter as we were leaving, what is that about? I was like, that's it. I'm not going back. I don't give a shit. And I thought Sue Bird walked on water. I thought she was the greatest basketball player ever to live. Mm-hmm. And when she went to the Storm, I was on board. I'd go to games all the time. I wanted to get season tickets. I could get courtside season tickets for like $1,500 or $2,000 for the whole season, all like 20 games or whatever it was. And then I quit. The minute my daughter was like, what's all that? I was like, that's it, not going back. And then this girl comes into the league and they're selling stuff out. Tickets are we almost went down to watch the Washington Mystics. We talked about it, and we decided not to. And they played at Capital One Arena. They sold it out. They did it in less than 45 minutes. They've never done that before. The Washington Mystics have never played in front of a thing like that. And then they're like, "Oh, well, it's not her. It's the rookie class." You fuck out of here.
Oh, no.
Sub 60.
Well, I think it's kind of me. I'm interested to see. I like that she was kept off of it for the pure reason to see, hear me out before you go and crap yourself, to see what it does to her. Because listen to this, she's going to get 5 weeks off. She's scoring, but she's turning the ball over. She's getting better. I think it's going to give her 5 weeks, and as she said, I think it's going to unleash a monster. And it also shows that it plays to the veterans here. Diana Taurasi, she's 41 for God's sakes. Yes, she was a great player back in the day, but why? I mean, so you're going to, you play the politics. Just sit there, take it, and then show them what you can do.
Okay, but at what point? Go ahead, Chalice.
I understand from a perspective of and I don't follow the WNBA too much, but I understand before the draft. During the women's college tournament, they were talking about how she's going to have a rude awakening. So I understand from the perspective of you kind of want to show the rookie that, it's not sweet around here, right? You're not playing against girls anymore. You're playing against grown women. But it's gotten to the point where I'm turned off to it because it's so clearly not about basketball anymore. It's so clearly about the league has a bug up their ass about her. To the point where it was a league that I never really cared for to begin with personally. And, you try to give it a chance, and then 90% of the league are just massive bitches about it. And now I'm just done with it. I could care less.
Yeah, the jealousy, like I said on my show, is a stinky cologne on some of these, and they're so envious. I think Hannah, you wrote that on the show, and it's just like, guys, ride this money horse to the trough. I mean, good God, invite her on the roster, sell out every arena. The TV commercials are going to go up. Then you might get some money. It's because her, like you said, they're going non-commercial flights now. They're getting private jets. Yes, Sub 60.
Here's what she needs to do. If it keeps up next season, she says, okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to step away. I'm going to go take Ice Cube up on his $5 million to play in the Big Three. Go see, and then watch the numbers drop to like minimal. Because Ice Cube knows that if she goes there, his numbers will go fucking through the roof, and he'll make more money than he already is.
I agree with you 100%, but at what point why does the quote unquote good guy always have to turn the other cheek? Why can't she just turn around and say, this is stupid? Like, obviously, yes, she's not going to do that. But at some point,
they're the good guy. Because they're the good guy. You just answered your own question. You answered your own question. Good guys, that's what good guys do.
Okay,
good
but
guys turn the other cheek. And
the good guys have been turning their other cheek for a long time with a lot of things, and now we're backed against the wall for a lot of issues. A lot of issues across the country, across the world.
Here's the thing I have a problem with. My problem is with her teammates. Her teammates are selling her down the river.
Well, they're jealous too.
Her.
Yeah, but
but you know, Aaliyah Boston will be the one who gets in her ear to tell her to calm down. But when she got hit checked in that one play, somebody should have gone. If that was Bill Laimbeer and Isaiah Thomas, or Kareem and Magic, somebody would have been taking a hard hit on the next possession.
Go ahead, Charles.
I agree with Sub 60, but I think that what we're seeing is, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, a difference between men and women, where men are more able to, I might not like you for whatever reason, I might be a little jealous of your stardom, but you're on my team, you're wearing the same colors as me, nobody's going to fuck with you. Whereas a woman, like, they see that happen and they're like, well, I want to make the money you're making, I want the attention you're making. Tough shit.
Good point. Absolutely, 100% on that one.
Name one rookie in the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, and the NHL over the last 40 years that has been told when he got to the league that he was trash and his teammates didn't want anything to do with him and they weren't going to defend him. The answer to that is absolutely fucking zero.
Not. Right.
Yeah, not even when Jordan played baseball for the White Sox. They still
exactly,
dude. 100%.
Yep. Exactly. Jordan had no reason to be on the White Sox, but they rode that cash cow. Why wouldn't you? That's why I can't imagine there's not a marketing guy on the Olympic Committee that didn't say, guys, please, for the love of God, put her on the roster.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Olympic Committee, let's take it. Can we get somebody on the WNBA committee? Just start there. Let's start small before we go international.
Well, they've been begging for attention for 30 years. They finally get the attention, and they're just taking a dump on it. It makes zero sense. I mean, then it has to bring up the obvious question. Okay, if she was black, would they be treated this way? Then the second obvious question: if she was a lesbian, because the league is like 80% lesbians, I think. If she was a lesbian, would they be treated the same way? I guarantee they wouldn't. Because one, they'd be sexist or homophobic or whatever, and then the other one, they'd be racist. But since she's a white straight chick, they get, able to take the gloves off, put them on. I don't know what they do, but it's one of those. I just think it's so stupid. I just, as a capitalist, if I had hair, I'd pull it out.
Yeah.
I just don't understand
Where was the hype when Kelsey Plum came to the league?
Yep.
Who the hell's Kelsey Plum?
She was oh my God, man.
Yes.
She played for UW. Not only is she a smoke show, but she is like, she was the number one scorer before Caitlin Clark broke her record. She went to UW. She's won 2 back-to-back national champions. She was married for a year to Darren Waller, who used to play for the Raiders, then went and played for the Giants. There was no, I think Kelsey Plum she walks on water as far as I'm concerned, but that's because I know who she is. Mm-hmm. But UW I went and watched Kelsey Plum play at Washington, and they did absolutely nothing to bring her on And no one marketed her like they marketed Caitlin Clark. Iowa marketed that girl for everything.
Yeah, as they should.
Marketed her. And she came to the league and she's won 2 championships. And there's people that are like, who's Kelsey Plum?
Yep.
That's the first time I've ever heard her name was right 8 seconds ago.
Yeah, she's the number 2 like leading NCAA scorer now because Caitlin Clark broke her record this year.
Okay. All right. Well, now I know who Kelsey Plum is. You guys are done on this one. Well, speaking of capitalism, if you could own one franchise, sports or food, what would it be and why? If you could own a franchise, sports or food, what would it be and why? Sub 60 Ed, I'm going to go with you.
If I could own a franchise, sports or or food. Honestly, I'd own the Commanders. I'd own the Redskins. The Redskins. I'd put the name back. I'd put it back to Redskins. I bleed burgundy and gold. So I would want to own them because I grew up with them and bring back the heyday.
Do all sub 60s I'm wondering, do all sub 60s bleed burgundy and gold, or is that just because you're a Redskin fan?
Because we all bleed burgundy and gold and we all sink.
Well, I asked
We're
earlier.
non-buoyant. We're non-buoyant. We're not a buoyant breed.
I feel like you should be buoyant though.
No, you ever throw a rock in the water?
Well, it depends on the size of the rock.
Rocks sink. It's a lot of weight it's weight in a small area. That's probably a topic for another
you're
show.
4'3", which you're not, and you're 150.
No, I'm about like 142 now.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a math guy. Is that a lot of weight to ratio?
Well, if that's
Yes.
the case, then Nick would float like a log.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah,
It's like a
Nick ain't joining the SEALs anytime soon.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Anyway,
He clicks.
but isn't he 3 bills?
Oh yeah, he's all 3 clicks.
Yeah, 3 bills put you. That's
But I think
are net either point.
ratio. We need like a scientist on here. Jim Scarano says not true. I've seen videos of sub 60 swimming well. Wait, certain sub 60
Hey,
or sub 60?
Hold
Post that
on,
video.
hold on. Hey, Jim. Where are you, Jim S? Where are you finding these videos? You going on the dark web or something?
Okay, hold on. Wait a second. Weren't you a coxman or something or whatever it's called?
Yes, that was I was in a boat. Yeah, that was a coxswain on an 8. Yes.
Okay, didn't you tell me that when you win, they throw your ass in the river?
Yes.
Okay, so did they have a net ready for you or what?
No, I was able to. Yes, I could. I had enough to get up and out. Yes.
Okay.
When I call a swimmer, when we say swim, like we were talking about earlier today, they were talking about swimming relays. Sub 60s don't swim in relays.
I feel like that's got to be pay-per-view. I would watch that.
No, I thought, okay, that'll be right after the Judge and I do our. Actually, we're going to be I figured this out. Judge and I will be the opening fight for the Tyson.
Whatever his name
Tyson
is.
fight. Yeah, Tyson, whatever his name fight is.
All right. Chalice,
It's about the same thing.
what's your food franchise?
Manchester United.
Oh,
Ah,
Fix them. Tired of finishing mid-table. I'm tired of not winning titles. Sick of it. I can fix them.
now have you
where's
been?
Dave Bradley when we need him?
What was that?
Have
Rubio?
you been to a match out there?
No, I don't fly.
What? You can take a boat?
What?
I could swim. I could get on sub 60's back. You could swim me out.
There you go. Absolutely.
Wait, let's go back to you don't fly?
No.
Have you ever flown?
I've been on a plane before. Never again.
Did you have a bad experience?
Yeah, there was just like so much turbulence, and I'm looking out the window, and we're so high in the air. I'm not meant to be that high up. I don't have wings.
So you don't
Did you see the
travel.
little gremlin ripping the thing apart.
I don't travel where?
You don't travel anywhere.
I try. If I can get there by land, I'll travel.
But what you can get to Europe by a boat, can't you?
I don't know. I never looked into it.
There's got to be like a Carnival cruise line that goes out there or something.
Now, see, I don't like that either.
It takes forever.
What have you been?
Well,
Now,
go
in
to
the middle of
China.
the ocean now.
Well, you're really limiting yourself, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Accept
Hannah.
my lot in life.
All right, okay, I'm okay with that. You're gonna end up marrying a flight attendant, jealous. Watch.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Hannah, what do you got?
Sports teams, Red Sox, and franchise Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
Oh, Cracker Barrel's a good one. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, yeah.
okay. The Red Sox I get. Why Cracker Barrel?
Oh man, the bacon's to die for. Forget about it.
Yeah.
That hash brown casserole, I could eat that crap all day, man.
Yeah. Do you guys have Cracker Barrel out in Idaho?
I think the closest one to us is Boise, so it's
Yeah.
5 hours south.
Boise.
So, no, they're all over out here. I mean, yeah. Cracker Barrel's king.
Okay.
Breakfast
Cool.
all day.
If it's a food franchise, I would over In-N-Out Burger in California because whenever I go there, it's full of people. It's a lot of money to be made. If it's a sports franchise, I would also over Manchester United, but I'm not afraid to fly, and I fly to Europe, sometimes. So, I mean, I would pick the team also.
Okay, Gru, I want you to say burger again.
Burger.
That's fantastic. One more time for me.
Burger.
That's fantastic. I don't even know I don't even know how you're getting off track, but there's something you're saying different. Booger? Is this like two O's?
Volga. No, Volga. He's
Like Frau Brooker?
You sound like
Volga.
Volga.
Say it one more time, bro.
In-N-Out Burger.
Booger.
There's like an extra letter in there somewhere. I can't figure it out.
I think there's some horses weaning somewhere out here.
Yeah.
Every time he says it, like Frau Brooker.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Albo, what do you got?
I would open a D1 franchise.
Oh, and that's the one you want. Okay. They don't have one out there?
They do. So the closest one they have, they just opened one there's two of them in the DC area now. I think there's one in Alexandria, and they just opened one in Chantilly, if I'm not mistaken.
What franchise?
It's D1. So it's it's a massive gym, but it's for athletes to go in and train. So you have to be a certified strength and conditioning coach through the NSCA to be on staff there. And I enjoy sports. I enjoy watching kids and even guys that are in college go to the next level. And I have a huge respect for what Rubio does, and I enjoy that stuff, and I enjoy working out, and I still compete. So, in my opinion, that franchise would
Okay, he's got.
fill
Yeah.
me
Breaking up.
as a person.
Humble, you
but
gotta
also
fix your
have
internet,
a
man.
kid.
You got too many things on Wi-Fi.
My internet is never bad for my podcast. I get on this thing and it's crap.
Well, maybe you've had too many boogers today.
Volgas, exactly.
There could be that.
Nick, I'll have to check to see if I can find that D1 because I'm right in Chantilly. I got to figure out where that is then.
Yeah, it's a black logo with white or red lettering. I'd go In-N-Out burger, not booger. They are always packed, and wherever they build them, they just print money. For sports, who's got the wildest fan base that just is nonstop? You'd almost have to go Cowboys just because they print money.
Yeah. Oh, actually, do you guys have Chick-fil-A out your way?
I think there's one in there's one in Moscow, Idaho, but it's on campus at the University of Idaho, and then the next one's 2 hours away.
Because if I had to get a food franchise, it'd be a Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A prints money out here east.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
Even not open on Sundays, they are the highest grossing franchise out here, and they're closed Sundays because the guy who started it is conservative Christian.
Yeah. Okay, flip question before we go to commercial. If you could shut down one franchise, what would it be and why? Chalice, I'm coming to you first.
Manchester City.
I thought for sure you were going to say the Eagles.
Yeah, but I'm close enough to Eagles fans that it's fun to just hate on them. I can't fly to a Manchester City fan and rub it in their face when we beat them in the FA Cup, so I'll just shut them down.
Okay, so Manchester, this is an ignorant question because I don't watch it. Manchester United and Manchester City, those are two separate teams? They're just are they rivals?
Yes.
They don't like each other.
Yep.
Are they
big time.
in the same city or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sub 60, what franchise would you get rid of? What about Chalice? What about food franchise would you get rid of?
Oh man, I don't like Burger King.
Or Burger King?
The mascot, he's
Burger
just
King.
strange and off-putting.
He's changed.
Yeah, he is kind of a creepy little king.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
And now that you say that, I'm starting to get a little concerned about it. All right, Guru, what sports franchise or food franchise would you like to get rid of?
I would get rid of Chelsea in English Premier League. I don't like Chelsea.
Okay. What about food?
Probably Jack in the Box.
Oh, what's wrong with Jack in the Box? They got a great sourdough cheeseburger.
I don't like their commercials and the guy who kind of promotes it. Looks kind of weird.
The dude with the big head? Jack?
I don't
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of rage on the mascots. I never even thought about this. Sub 60?
I'm gonna get rid of the Pittsburgh Penguins just
Oh.
because I'm not a fan of Sidney Crosby. He's just caused me too much pain and angst over the years with my Capitals. And that's in case any of my friends who are Pittsburgh Penguins fans are actually watching this to try to trigger them just because it's fun. And I don't know. I like all food, so I'm not really. I don't know. I think it all serves its purpose.
Okay.
So I don't think I really get rid of anything.
Humble?
Planet Fitness.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
what did you
Yeah,
see?
no deadlifting at Planet Fitness.
Well, not only that, did you see what 24-hour fitness just put out?
I thought that was Planet Fitness too. It was 24-hour fitness.
Planet Fitness is the one where if Chalice wants to walk in there and say he's a chick, he can go into the girls' locker room, even though he obviously looks like, he's part of Supertramp. He can just walk right in. But no, 24-hour fitness is the one where they just said you can wear a Black Lives Matter, the Pride flag, all you want, but the American flag can only be done on American holidays.
So I do both. Planet Fitness and 24-hour fitness. Later.
Okay, what about food?
I don't really have a restaurant I hate. I'm like
Yeah.
sub 60, man. I enjoy food, so I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Hannah, we'll end on you.
I wouldn't not really a sports team. I'd get rid of freaking curling in the Olympics.
Oh,
There you go.
Watching
Those
people
Canadians-
with freaking brushes on ice with a big piece of marble. What? And they get gold medals just like the downhill skiers. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
That makes
come on.
zero
Yeah,
sense to me.
exactly. It's those Canadians. That Canadian
Oh,
sports.
it's just.
I think curling has got to be better than. I just saw a thing on speed walking. Like there was this woman speed walker who was out in front and she started hyping herself up and then she got passed. Like to me, is that really like that's a thing? Curling, I think you need multiple people and there's got to be some sort of strategy, right? Chalice, can you bet on curling?
I'm sure.
Of course.
Somewhere.
You can bet on everything.
Maybe not like with a legal, maybe not like with a legal book, but if you want to go down to South Philly and find a guy named Paulie, I'm sure you could.
Sub 60, we have to talk to Rafael Esperanza and talk to him, see if he does curling bets. I bet he does. We'll
I bet
find
she
out.
does.
I'm going to text him during this commercial. Sub 60, take us out.
You cannot count Babe Ruth's pitching stats. Dead ball era stats do not count.
Bart Starr could have played in any era of football. Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers would have been destroyed if he played in the 60s or 70s. Say that to me one more time.
I am saying that with 3 months training, I could face a former 45-year-old plus major league pitcher.
Like Kerry Wood.
Kerry Wood would be a perfect example in this situation. That with 3 months training, 8 hours a day, nothing but practicing hitting. If I am given 100 straight fastballs, I could get one hit.
Welcome back. Sports Talk with Dad. That is a great, great show. Real quick, let's go around the horn. If you had 1 year training, could you hit off a major league pitcher? If you knew they weren't going to hit you, you got 10 total pitches. Could you at least foul one off? Hannum?
Yeah.
Chalice?
foul one off or put one like in the play?
Foul one off. Let's do it this way. You get 10 total pitches. If you foul one off, you just get like someone just gives you a high five. If you don't foul one, if you don't foul one off, someone punches you in the face. Could you do it?
I mean, I would try.
You would, okay, so you'd be willing to take a punch in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I do it all the time.
Humble?
Doesn't hurt that bad.
Humble?
That's the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a 90-mile-an-hour
Yes.
fastball. There's no way. I'm not even taking that challenge.
Well, he
It's
didn't
not
say
happening.
bunt. I just pulled the freaking stick up there.
No, you're a man. You bunch.
think it is.
We're not laying up on golf. You're going for the damn hole. Jesus, Hannah, come on. You're better than that. No, I'm the only one that has a prayer. My ass. Last time I checked, I'm the only one D1 athlete here. I could have done it. I feel like I could do it. Humble, you could just grab a damn redwood and do it.
Yeah, that shit's harder than it looks, man. I'm not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Humble, let's do this. You get like a 60-inch bat that's 60 ounces. So it's double the average human bat. You can do
man,
it.
No, not at 60.
It's not happening, man. There was a kid that played. I knew his cousin. That's how I ended up meeting this kid. And he plays for the Reds now, I think. Or he did. But in the minors in AAA, that dude was batting like a fucking 525 and was leading home runs and RBIs. Dude goes to the majors, can't bat above a 250. Right. That's the difference between a major league pitcher and a AAA. Now you put me at A or AA, I might give it a shot. A major league pitcher, it's not happening, man. I'm not even going to take that bet.
You're soft. Sub 60. I'm not even. Go ahead, Chalice. Let's go to you. Then we'll go to sub 60 because I'm getting a visual of sub 60 up to bat.
No, I got a story for you on this. I have actual story about trying to hit.
Okay, hold on. We're going to come back to you, Chalice. Go ahead.
I want it to be known. I'm not saying I could do it. I'm just saying I like a challenge. And depending on the pitcher, with 10 swings, I might be able to foul tip one into the catcher's glove.
Let's even do the bet where it's got to be 10 strikes. 10 strikes. Okay, so because Chalice, you're not overly tall. Sub 60, we know what you're doing. You've got the world's smallest strike zone. Okay, so sub 60. Let's hear your little story.
Well, as you know, my brothers are average. I come from an average-sized family, and my brothers and my dad were all baseball players. My dad and my youngest brother, were catchers. My brother was a pitcher at 6'4". He was, probably junior high, maybe early high school. I was out. My brothers played ball in the fall and the spring, and I was like a cocky freshman in college, and I was running my mouth with my brother like brothers do. I was like, "Hey, I can get in there," and my dad's like, "No, you can't." I'm like, "Okay, come on." He goes, "All right." And my dad would not get back and catch my brother if he didn't have gear. My dad didn't have gear. He goes, "I'm not. You're in there on your own." My brother made me look foolish. I mean, he was probably he wasn't throwing. He was probably throwing 75, 80. My father always said the hardest thing in sports was to hit a moving fastball or a moving pitch at 60 feet, 6 inches. And it is. Coming in at 75, 80 miles an hour, your bat has to be moving before the ball as they move.
I feel like I can do it. Gru?
Well, since I don't care for baseball at all, I wouldn't just do it.
Oh, I appreciate just a flat out protest, Gru.
There you go. No, not going to do it. Excellent.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Didn't the science behind that show that they had 1.8 seconds of reaction time?
Yeah.
I would have guessed even less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Humble, what was a fun family activity you did growing up? Let's go real quick.
Oh, probably the vacations we took in the summer. I think my parents always tried to do a family vacation every summer.
What was the best one?
We used to go to amusement parks, man. I remember going to something I went to in Cincinnati, Ohio. It was pretty awesome.
Did you fit in the ride?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was tall, but I was that wide.
Okay. Gru, what was a fun family thing you guys did growing up?
Well, we would always go to the same spot. It was like on the bank of a local river that my town was on. It was like a spot owned by a big government tire factory my dad worked for, at the time, and then we would just go there as a family and have fun, go on the beach and play games and enjoy our time together. Same spot every year, because we really couldn't travel freely, at the time, to other countries and stuff. So it was like the only place that we could easily go.
Okay, you got a little fired up, Gru, and you know what happens when your accent. Did you say you went to a tire factory?
No, my dad was working for a big tire factory, and the tire factory had a vacation spot on the river. That's where we used to go on vacation.
So the tire factory would pay for the vacation? Is that? I can't understand what's happening here.
Well, actually, they wouldn't pay for vacation. You pay some like a nominal fee, but it was like basically cheap at the time.
Oh, okay.
They had a spot that the company owned on the
Okay,
river.
okay. I thought it was like a section of the tire factory, like go to where the widgets are.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Oh,
Bring your family.
That's all I needed. When Gru gets fired up, I can't understand him.
I thought he was taking naps on the white walls.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I said, all the Chevy Impalas were tireless because Gru's over there. Charles Wallace, fun family activity you did growing up.
I'll default to vacation. Vacations were always fun.
Best one?
I'm an old man now. That was so long ago.
An old 30-year-old or 20? You're still 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Hannum?
Family vacation. My favorite was up to Meeker, Colorado, where my aunt and uncle had a horse ranch up there, and it's a huge spot for rodeo. So that was my favorite because we go through the Red Mountain Pass.
I like that. Sub 60?
Oh, the summer family vacation to the South Jersey Shore, Brigantine, New Jersey. We did it every year. We still get up there, and it was nice because my relatives would be there too. So it was it became my family. It was my family, and then it was like either my aunts or uncles from one side, or sometimes it was a combination. So it was and it was an annual event. It was what we look forward to in the summer.
Okay, let's move on. When things get crazy, what is it that your go-to for grounding yourself? When things get a little wild, how do you turn back and just go, whoa, let's take it down about 10 to 15%. How do you ground yourself? I'm going to start with you, Sub 60 Ed, since you're still on TV for some reason.
Because it looks better. It's 3-3. It's 6.
Oh, okay.
It's very balanced. You'll hear and by the way, because all the people who saw me last week still wanted to see me this week. If I go off screen, I'll disappoint the 16.
There's zero chances it's balanced. It's tipping like this. I've got Umble at 643 clicks. I've got you at 40. Okay, so it's balanced.
How do I ground but your question is, how do I ground myself? A lot of self-talk. When I feel shit going sideways, yes.
What do you say?
Because I have 23 personalities. 22 of them are yelling and screaming, and the 23rd one just sits in the corner and hums.
It's a lot of violence.
Yes.
Okay.
So no, it depends but seriously, that's kind of my joke to kind of talk about it. But no, I self-talk. It depends on the situation. If it's something that I just have to get through, I just tell myself I can get through it. And what I tell myself a lot is that it's not going to last forever. It's going to be a period of time, like my time dealing with you. It'll eventually be over.
Such greatness.
So yeah, greatness, badness, two sides of the same coin. No, but that's what I do. I self-talk a lot throughout the day. So.
All right, Gru.
I usually do something like fun, maybe like whiskey and cigars or beer. Just kind of to unwind.
Okay, I like that. Chalice?
I usually just go to the gym or go for a run. It's really never been a problem that was too crazy that I didn't feel better equipped to handle it after a nice workout. So that's my go-to.
How far are you running?
Depends on how big the problem is, I guess. Anywhere from like 3 to 7 miles.
Wow, nice.
That's a long way. And in Philly, Philly, you're just dodging gunfire the whole way, or?
Yeah, in Philly, the first mile you're running, it's nice and leisurely. The last 5 miles you're running from people.
Do you ever make it adventurous and go through the crack areas?
No, you know what? I've thought about it, but I also enjoy my life, so I don't do it.
It's a good take. Ambo?
Gym, PS5.
Oh, that's rough.
Hey, college football's coming back, so that was my go-to game for, 2 decades, and then they took it away because some college athletes got a little jealous about them being on a game. So now they're bringing it back. So college football on a PlayStation or going out to my gym.
Okay, I like that. Hannah?
Music.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Especially when the ghosts come at night, if it's really bad, I'll just jump in my truck, go for a drive, and just jam out to some rock. Usually Rush.
Oh, yes. One of the best bands ever.
Rush is one of those bands, though, that people either love Rush or they hate Rush.
Exactly.
It's very similar.
Rush,
it's like Big Lebowski. People either love the Big Lebowski or they hate the Big Lebowski. Okay, I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's move on here. This is a good one. In the 70s,
did you say what? Oh, whoa. Did you say what you do? You didn't give your input.
Yeah. Oh.
What do you do?
When things get crazy, what do I do for grounding myself? I don't know. I just kind of hang out with friends and family, have a beverage. I don't know. I don't get too stressed out. I guess I'm like Chalice, where nothing really. I usually just say I'm not the first person to go through this. I won't be the last. And I try not to put myself in situations where there is a big issue, I guess. And I just keep talking. That's why I like to discuss things. And if you want to argue with me, we'll argue. If you can prove yourself right, I'll listen. If you can't, then you're stupid. So that's fine with me.
That's good, but that's how you handle it. That's what you do.
Well, that's what I just said.
Right. I just wanted to make sure you understood that.
Do I need to?
Oh, I don't know. Do you?
I don't think so.
No, probably
You're confusing me now.
Do you guys want us to step outside for a minute? You guys can handle this.
No, I just like.
Okay, so next one. In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the parties, political parties worked together. What happened to make the country so divided? Ooh, that's a juicy little question. Hannah, I'm going to go to you first.
This whole woke crap.
The woke crap?
The woke.
No, wrong person.
Okay, I'm listening. For those people that don't know what you're talking about, go.
This whole you can be whatever you want, and we have to accept your delusion. I always say you do you, but you can't force me to believe how you believe. So when that started happening, it started getting adopted, and it became a practice, and then it became an acceptance, and then it was if you're not part of this group, we're gonna just cut you off or kind of push you out of the way because you're hostile or you're phobic in some fashion. It's just ridiculous. The day that we stopped telling the truth and not being chastised to tell the truth, that's when we started getting really divided.
Yep.
Ooh.
I think Ronald Reagan said it best. If you ever hear the government say, "Hi, I'm from the government. I'm here to help you," that's when you run.
I like
you were
that.
talking on your show today about protests.
Uh-huh.
The whole First Amendment, when it talks about protesting, the original point behind it was I could sit face to face with the President of the United States and say, "Hey, here's why I think you suck." And now it's just it's falling apart, and it's going to take us probably about 10 to 15 years to recover.
Well, this is something
that these people are going into the job market that can't even work for 8 hours straight and not bitch about it.
Well, yeah. And it's become such a double standard where I just did something on the Rundown with Ruby a couple of days ago where up in Spokane, about 2 hours north of us, Hannah, these kids, they have an entire Pride intersection that's painted the rainbow. And they were on these little Lime scooters and they went through and popped a wheelie and they left a little skid mark. Okay. They've got 3 felonies going against them right now. But over the weekend in DC, you had protesters literally spray painting and trying to knock down statues, throwing stuff at the guards and nothing. So if you're doing one thing, you have one issue, but if you're doing the other, there's no issue. It's like, how does that make sense? I just don't understand that. That doesn't. I need someone to explain it to me. What's your thoughts on this, Humble?
2 words: social media. Think about it. 70s, 80s, and 90s, everyone parties talked across state lines. Now you've given every swinging Richard a voice. So everyone just bitches about everything all the fucking time. Like, that's why I love Twitter now. Like I said it in my last podcast, I used to get so mad at Twitter, and I dumped all social media for 4 years. And now that I'm back on it, it's a cesspool. It's not just Twitter. It's all of them. They're all just cesspools of shit. Like, it's everyone has a fucking voice. And this is why you don't give everyone a voice. That's why you don't give everyone a fucking trophy, right? Social media did this. It just started to rip the fabric of not just this country, but humanity. It just ripped this. Social media is the number one issue we have. If you do away with Twitter, Facebook, all that craziness, Threads, LinkedIn, all that stuff, watch how society starts to, because then people will start getting punched in the fucking face again.
Good point. Absolutely. Amen.
I mean, I was just watching a movie that it looked like a documentary, which made me kind of upset. You need to watch or rewatch Idiocracy. Oh my God. It's unbelievably depressing. Raise your hand if you've seen Idiocracy. Chalice and Gru, you need to watch it, because it's just basically the dumbing down of society. Like in 500 years, what happens? Because these 2 army guys go into a time capsule, blah, blah, blah. It goes wrong. They wake up 500 years later, and everyone is just so stupid. They're just making grunt sounds. They're just, trust me, Idiocracy, Idiocracy. Chalice, what's your thoughts?
I think everybody's making good points. I think a big reason is that nowadays, if you really look at it, there's no common ground left to work on, because you have one side of the aisle, and if you know me, you know what side of the aisle I'm talking about, that doesn't exist in reality. So there's really no common ground to be found on many issues, because if you're not completely to the left on an issue, they don't want anything to do with you anyway. If you say that, even back when I was a little bit younger, it used to be, just keep it in the bedroom, right? Or, oh, well, we just want to get married. And now it's, if you don't let us whip our dicks out for pride parades, you're a homophobe. So there's no common ground left to be had. And I don't mind that, because I don't want common ground with these people anyway.
That's a damn good point, man. Right when you said common ground, I was thinking, he's wrong. But then you actually are you are correct. What is there any common ground left in society? Because like you said, it's either you have to be all in on, let's say Pride Month or whatever it is, or you're homophobic, or there's just so many issues now, even with like abortion and this and that and whatever. I mean, the border policy, we can't even have an agreement on that. Like, oh, Joey B is going to switch it to only 4,000 people per day. How about 0? The answer is 0. I mean, the term illegal immigrant says it's illegal. Like, this is where I wish I had hair. Sub 60?
I love what everybody's saying. Exactly right. We're too extremes right now. The right is right, the left is left. I'm telling you, there's something needs to be in the middle. Somebody, something, somewhere, I don't know how, needs to come in here and be that gap to bring, because Charles is right. If you're not totally left, they don't want you. But in the same sense, if you're a strict Christian conservative, you don't fit that mold. So it's kind of like both parties have become extreme. We need something that's more moderate, that kind of fits in the middle. Like, I'll use it. The Germans have the Green Party. I've had this conversation with a friend of mine who grew up in Eastern Europe. We had it daily almost. He always used to say, you guys were the two-party, you have the two-party system, Neither party really meets. The 6 of us here are all middle class. Neither party really meets our needs. There's not a party for the middle class. We have to accept one extreme or the other. what's the lesser of two evils. That's
Okay,
I think that's why we're not.
Charles, go ahead. I think you're going to say what I'm going to say, but go ahead.
I would personally disagree with that, Ed. I think that the pendulum has swung so far left right now that I don't really see in everyday life the right-wing extremism that is maybe being referred to, because again, even when I was younger, like I just referred to, and this isn't just about Pride Month or anything like that, but there used to be, I remember even when I was in grade school coming into high school, it was just like there was the talk of just keep it in the bedroom. We don't want it shoved in our faces, but you can, everyone's fine. You do what you do. You love who you love. And then it was pushing to get married. And I think that was during Obama's presidency, right? That it was pushing to legalize gay marriage. And now we're so far swung to the left. We got here by conceding ground and by trying to meet in the middle. And when we met in the middle, they pulled the rope all the way left, and now we're in bizarro world.
I disagree with you on that, because I think the Christian right is doing the exact same thing. They're trying to infiltrate. Well, they're using government funds to fund public schools. There is this. We were built on a separation of church and state. Just because you're Christian, the majority of Republicans coming in and the people, it doesn't. I don't want anybody, whether Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever, to force a religion on somebody else or a belief on somebody else. As you get into politics and you start to see the Republicans, they are doing that. They are starting to hyper-focus their religion. Yeah, they are.
The religion of homosexuality. If you skid mark the pride flag, if you desecrate the sacred flag, now you have felony charges. So how is that the religion of the left?
I'm not disagreeing, Charles. I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is that there's always there is always going to be common ground. There has to be somebody to find it, or we'll stay like this forever. That's the key. Is that we got to find it.
I want to know. Charles was going the angle I thought he would, but didn't hit it all the way. Sub 60. How do you think? Like just doing the pride thing, okay? They've gone to the point where they're swinging Johnsons in pride parades nonstop. They've got
but that happens, but that's not all the time. I go to pride things all the time here.
It shouldn't happen at all. I mean, you can put pride.
It shouldn't happen at all. But what I'm saying is, I've been to. You
can put pride flags in a school, but I guarantee you, if you wanted to put Catholic, or just Catholic or any religion besides, well, I don't know. I mean, you couldn't do that, but you could put the gay pride flag in a classroom easily. Very easily. So how can he be? How is he being as extreme on? How is he being extreme in his beliefs and pride? How is Chalice being extreme? Because you're saying that there's extremes. How is he being extreme by just saying, all he's saying is, do your shit, just do it in the bed. I just don't want to see it.
All right, I'm not saying that's you're missing my whole point. Yes, that's an extreme as well. I'm not saying he's out of line. But I'm saying the right's not out of line either. What I'm saying is, for this to move forward, for this country to move forward, there has to be common ground found. So
I think that ship has sailed. I think it's sailed.
Then we are really in for a fuck show for the next. Somebody said 10 years. It's probably eternity if we can't find middle ground.
I think it's gonna switch. We'll go ahead.
Here's my issue. As you can see behind me, I have all kinds of U.S. flags up there.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about extremism, how is it that you can burn a pride flag and go to prison for a hate crime? But if you burn that flag that's behind me, it's considered free speech. That, to me, says a whole lot about where we are as a country. So this is the deal.
100%.
Does your pride trump my sanctimony and pride in that flag? And the answer to that is unequivocally no.
Exactly.
Period. But that's fact of the matter is, we have gone and I agree. Like, I consider myself a moderate because and my wife gets mad at me all the time. Rubio's met my wife. She very calm, collected lady. We're complete opposites. And she loses her shit on me sometimes. Like, how can you listen to this shit? Besides, I listen to a lot of stuff on the left. I've invited I've invited numerous left people on Twitter to the podcast, and no one wants to take me up on it. They're like, yeah, no. But
that's why. Yeah, we can't find anybody to come here.
That is where I get irritated. How is it that if I burn your pride flag, I go to jail, but if you burn my flag, it's considered free speech? So it's one of those things that we've gotten into. We've gone fully extreme, right? And I don't think that the Catholics are pushing anything that the pride is pushing even harder, right? And I don't understand that ideology, right? I don't get it. I will never understand it. I don't understand it because I don't live it. And I'm not saying that whatever they want to do is wrong, but I agree with Wallace, right? Hey man, I don't give a shit what you want to do. Take it to your bedroom and leave it there. Yeah. I'm not here telling you what I'm doing. Why do I give a shit what you're doing? I don't. But the problem is we give everyone a voice to show that stuff. Right. And now everybody thinks it's the norm. Oh, it's normal to do that. It's not. That shit's not normal.
It's a good take, Gru.
Okay, last time, as I remember, Republicans and Democrats worked together was like 96, when both Clinton and Republicans passed immigration reform and welfare reform, okay? And then since 2000, since that whole controversial election between George Bush and Gore, the country became really divided. And especially when Obama took power and he became like a divider-in-chief. Okay, I mean, I think I remember all his speeches, you know, he was like dividing everybody, not trying to unite, although he promised to unite the country, okay? So, and then eventually Democrats basically went too far on the left, and I live in California, which is a one-party state where Republicans don't hold any positions anywhere, okay? Just, you know, one-sided political mechanism in California.
I got it. Sub 60, number one. I'm going to come to you right now, Hannah, then we're going to wrap up the show. You got Decades Show 24 at Gmail. You spelled decades wrong, man. For the love of God.
Hey, I did. How about that? I thought I spelled it wrong in the.
So,
you know what it is?
It's getting.
It's these crooked fingers.
Oh God!
They are.
Put those things away.
See how the crooked they are, man.
Hey, man, I gotta go eat dinner. I'm gonna go eat dinner with this, and now I'm all I'm thinking about.
That's what happens. That's
Vienna
what happens when I
and sausages.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go, sausages. There you go. See, look at that. I'm an automatic spot. Live long and prosper.
Well, now I've got gas.
I'm not sure. I don't get.
Wrap us up.
I totally lost my fucking train of thought when the sausage fest showed up, man. I'm sorry.
No worries.
That's what it's all about.
That's a perfect ending to a great episode. Make sure you guys email us decades, not decades, show 24. So it's just decades with one C, show 24 at gmail.com.
Remember the crooked fingers.
Oh, God. Or you can email Rubio at therubiomethod.com. We want to thank Nick Umbel, Gru, Hannum, and Chalice. You guys did a great job. Sub 60 Ed did everything fantastic except for the email, which God knows how many that email's getting. No
wonder I'm not getting any emails. Damn it.
Yeah. Make sure you guys subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. And we're going to have a good time. Make sure you agree to disagree with people. Make sure you're allowed to talk to other people. It's okay to disagree.
You know what? I disagree with giving you a week off because you forget all the stuff that we're supposed to do.
I'm not done. Can a man throw on a comma? Can a man throw on a comma? I didn't put a period on it. Now, Sub 60 Ed, who would you like, as you're pointing north and west or north and south, who would you like to be the winner? Who won tonight?
Oh, I gotta give it to our old timer who's back for the first time. We got to welcome back Charles Wallace. Going to give it to him.
Nice job, Chalice.
Nice job, Chalice.
Take it easy on those roadies, Chalice.
Craig, thank you for joining us.
What?
Nick,
the roadies. When you're in the back of the tour bus with fog hat.
Try my best.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Later.
All right.